If that was not clickbait, I became an Olympic level athlete in terms of running, and I'm going to show you how you can too. I did all this at home without any training or any special equipment. When I was at my peak, I could run a sub 50 400 meter. And that's pretty impressive for someone who's a hybrid athlete like me. You know, someone who doesn't do, like I'm not training just to be a runner. It's also a thing that fit into my repertoire because I'm a hybrid athlete. I work out with weights and then also do run. The thing is, I became an Olympic level athlete in just about, I'd say 3 or 4 years. And that's not surprising given working really hard at it, being disciplined. But I'd say the most important thing to get me to that level was being obsessed. So this all started back in 2022, the end of 2021, going to 2022. What happened is that I was not in shape. Like, you know, I was kind of fat, chubby. I wasn't obese, but I was pretty chubby. And the thing is, I just graduated high school. Running had always been a part of my life because back in 8th grade, there was this big track and field day that we have every year. And what I did was I ran it and I actually came in first place. You know, it was very impressive, but that sort of fell off years later. And then since the pandemic, I've been eating. I wanted to get back and lose weight. And so naturally, I would start running again. Eventually, running became so much fun and so enjoyable and rewarding that it became an obsession. And being obsessed with it is actually what got me so far. And today I'm going to walk you through the steps on how you need to do it. Obsession. A lot of people tell you obsession is a bad thing, and they think that in their head. But it really depends on what you're obsessed about. Because you notice we have 2 habits. Obsession is just a habit put in a negative connotation. So let's say that we have 2 habits. One person can't stop eating salads, the other person can't stop smoking. One of these habits is good, the other is not. So it's not the obsession that's the problem, it's what you're being obsessed about. So first get that out of your mind. Now being obsessed with something is really just routinely doing it every single day, thinking about it constantly 24/7 nonstop. That's what happened with me with running, and that's how I got so good. I ran every day. There are 3 steps to become obsessed with something. I'm going to give you the secret now. Now this can apply to really anything, but we're doing it just in terms of running, so you can use it for your progress. Step number 1 is to reduce friction. So reducing friction is probably the most important step because you're not going to be obsessed with something that is very hard to do. It's going to be something that's very easy, it's very quick. Like, you know, people light up a joint, they smoke it, eating candy, eating junk food, things like that. That's very easy, very addictive, and there's like no friction at all because you want to eat it. But really, we're talking about how to build up the desire to want to do it. But the thing is, with any of these things, easy habits are the most difficult to quit because they're just so easy. There's no friction. Talking about it in terms of running, you want to reduce any friction. So what happened with me is that every single day I had a routine. I had a morning routine where I get up, work out, and after the workout I would go on the run down the road I live on. And it's like very far, there's like no cars there. So again, that's another thing, reducing friction. I would have my phone with me, I would have my AirPods. It's just very easy to put them in, go outside, run. I didn't have to ask my parents for permission, just go on the run and do it. So number 1 we should do is reduce friction because it's going to make it a lot easier for you to just keep going back to it over and over and over and over again. You know what I mean? Like how people are addicted to the phone because there's no friction there. You do the same thing with your running. So put your shoes in a certain spot, make sure you get your running shoes, make sure you know where you're running to, and make sure it's an easy process where there's not a lot of people. You're going to want to run where there's no distractions. It takes something with you like your phone. Tell yourself all you have to do is run today. All I have to do is run today. And number 2 is make it part of your life schedule. And this really is about like cementing it into your life. So like for instance, when I started working out, I would kind of just work around the clock. I'd work out when I got back from work. Sometimes I'd miss it when I have to go visit my parents. And it really was like complex and complicated. But eventually it became so much part of my life that it really is now like here to stay, to where now I have a set time every day that I work out and I run. These are part of my life. So if I like pick up and move, I'm going to be wondering where's the nearest run spot, where's the nearest gym, where's the nearest, you know, calisthenics park that I can go to do my exercise. It's part of my life, and I'm going to look for that wherever I go. So you want to make sure that you're doing this every single day and really putting it in your routine. Let's say you come over to school, bam, run. Every time I would come back from work, I would run. That was back when I had a job, but now that I don't, then I can run freely anytime. But it is a part of my life, and I have a set time every day that I do it. That was number 2. And number 3 is associate the aftermath with positive energy. A lot of people, and I say this too, you should chase the high of run. But on days when you don't feel like chasing the high, you really want to remember the positive emotions that come after you go for a run. So let's say every time you go for a run, you come back, you feel accomplished, you feel good. And I believe if you're a runner, you would feel that about yourself. So what you want to do is remind yourself of that feeling and remember when I go for a run, I feel good after. It's kind of like for smoking, it would be you take a smoke, you feel good after. So you're going to want to remember and reinforce the positive emotions you get after you do the activity to really cement it and really like create desire and craving for that feeling again. Remember that feeling of the emotion that you have while doing it so you can get that again. Running has to make you feel better after you do it. So that way you're going to want to do it again and again and again. And doing repetition, running every single day, is going to get you faster. This is how you get faster, this is how you get better, and this is how you make true progress above everybody else. This is like breakthrough stuff. This should honestly be a billboard. This need to be posted on Strava. If you want to get ahead of a lot of the competition, it really does come down to showing up every day and being consistent. But that in and of itself is kind of easier said than done. The way you do that is obsession. Obsession beats discipline every single time. You're not going to get a better feeling about something than obsession because it's just the innate ability of your brain going back to it over and over again to the point where you can't stop. Even got to the point where I was obsessed with running. Now I still run, but I was obsessed with, like, I couldn't go a day without it. And that's what you need to be too. You need to be, I can't go a single day without doing it. Like, it needs to be that ingrained into you. So, take these lessons, run faster, and make sure you smoke the competition. Roll them. And stay flashy.